Hey, right guys, Truthmuch Joey, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 18 of Teen Wolf Season 5. Very, very close to the finale, kind of. After this one, we'll have two more episodes, and then we're finished with Season 5, which I'm kind of glad about. I'm so ready to get into Season 6, because, like I said, most people have said, I'd say like 95% of people have said at least 6A is better than all of Season 5, so I'm ready for it. Last episode, well, episode 16 was really good. Then episode 17 was probably one of the worst Teen Wolf episodes I've ever seen. It was boring, wasn't needed. You could have cut that episode out. You, the thing is, the 40-minute episode we just had in episode 17, you could cram that down to maybe 5 minutes, and we would have came out of it with the same amount of knowledge as we did with the 40-minute episode. So, yeah, the more I think about the episode, the more I hate it. It's one of those. I'm just like, when I was editing it, I was like, no, just no. So episode 18 and 19 and 20 hopefully are at least better than that. We will wait and see. But yeah, if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you are new, remember to subscribe. And if you do want the full uncut reaction to this episode as well as all the rest for Teen Wolf, then a link to the Patreon page will be down below, as well as links to my Twitter and Instagram if you want to follow me on there, and also the Discord if you want to come in and join the chat. We talk about Teen Wolf and stuff. You know, not all of it's good, but you know, we still talk about Teen Wolf. But yeah, anyway, episode 18, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so Mason's the Beast. I'll wait till it's like, I'm pretty sure that he is, but like I'll wait till I see him transforming because that could have been planned there. But I guess Mason, yeah, Sam, why not? Who else was he going to be really at this point? Okay, there we go, guys. That is episode 18 of Teen Wolf season 5. Like, so this was like a big story time episode, like a little fairy tale. Gerard telling Lydia about the Beast and the first Huntress, if you like. I think they were telling it in a way, in their eyes, it was like pictured as Alison because they obviously wouldn't know who she would look like. So I guess you could interpret it as Gerard was telling the story, and in his version of telling the story, it was Alison because, you know, she's a Huntress that they both knew, and you know, why not? So I do think it was a good idea to bring Crystal Reed, even though I was kind of thrown off guard for a little second when they showed Crystal Reed back in the show. At the same time, though, if you took Crystal Reed out of that story, so imagine that entire story in this episode again, but played by a random actress, not Crystal Reed, I don't think you'd care half as much as we did seeing Crystal Reed back on the screen in Teen Wolf. That was the best thing about the episode, was having her guest star in it again. Like I say, I do think it was a good decision to do that. They did the same with Arden Cho, didn't they? When it was her. Now I think about it, when it was her story, they used Arden Cho as one of the characters. So yeah, but like I said, if you just took Alison out of that, or took Crystal Reed out of that, it wouldn't have been that interesting. I think the story was fine. It was cool, like building up to it, and it was her brother, and showed how she ended up killing him, which is what we needed to know. I am curious why it's Lydia who needs to know that story, no one else. I'm sure we'll find out. I know she's like one of the most powerful people in the show or whatever, but there must be a reason to why they had to tell the story in that way. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, there's not really much. I liked Scott this episode as well. I think him trying to save everyone in the school and like taking on the Beast, even though he knew he was probably gonna die. Was, you know, just Scott doing what he does best, which is trying to save everyone. And I liked him this episode. He's pretty tanky, even though the Beast still looks terrible. I just don't like the Beast as a villain. So having a whole episode kind of on the Beast's origins, like I said, the story itself was not that interesting. It was just the fact that Crystal Reed was in it that made it interesting. Because I don't care for the Beast at all. I've always found it a very weak villain, if not the weakest villain actually that they've had in the entire show. Like, I'd say the Beast is a worse villain than season 1 Peter Hale. Because, like I said, I thought the season 1 villain was like a good introduction villain, whereas this one's like season 5 and they've got the worst villain in the show. It was cool to learn how to kill it and learn a little bit about it, but overall it's just like, okay, but the beast is still shit. It's a shit kind of enemy. I don't know. I don't really feel much threat for it. I know he's gone around killing loads of people. He's killed so many people, but who has he killed that we care about? Really? No one. That's why like the I forgot the Oni. What they called? Oh, completely blank. But like all the samurai dudes. When they killed Alison, that was like some yo. These geezers ain't messing around. I know they killed her towards the end of the season, but still, there was always that little threat between with them, and it felt like they could kill anyone at any time, and they did. And it's been like that with most villains. Maybe the odd few, not so much. But like Void Styles felt like a genuine threat to Styles as a character. Like he could take over it all the time and not ruin Styles' character. I mean, like when he kept overtaken. Whereas the Beast here is just like the same with the Dread Doctors. I think the Dread Doctors were different because they felt like a threat for a little while, but then they grew very stale and boring. Whereas the Beast, straight away, I was just like, okay, he's a beast and he runs around eating things. I've seen it a million times. So that's my only gripe with this episode is I still don't really care much for it. But overall, I think the story was okay, not, enjoyable, and then it kept going obviously with the school as well, and then we did get the reveal that Mason is the Beast in the modern day, which I guess you might have been able to guess because it wasn't going to be Sky, it wasn't going to be Styles, it wasn't going to be Liam. It could have been one of the like adult characters as well. To be fair, so maybe I wouldn't have guessed Mason, but. Yeah, we'll see how they deal with that, if they'll have to kill him off or what they're going to do. The other thing I'm kind of thinking about is in the past, the guy knew he was the Beast as well. So how does Mason not know he's the Beast? Unless he does and he was playing along as he didn't know, but does he know that he is? Or, I don't know. Unless I'm messing up on a little detail on that one, but yeah. Overall, I'll probably give this one a 7 out of 10, just a 7 out of 10. I do think it was a good episode, but nowhere near as good as 16 still. Thankfully better than 17, but that wasn't going to be hard, was it? Yeah, I think it was cool just seeing Crystal Reed back. That was the best thing about it, just seeing Crystal Reed in Team Wolf again. I miss her, dude. I miss her. I always say this every time like I think about it, but it's always one of those where I didn't realise how much I loved Alison as a character until like pretty much when she was about to die. I think like 2 episodes before she died, I was like, Alison's one of my favourite characters, and then she died. Like, dude, come on. I miss her. She was such a great part of the show. It's such a shame that they... It was good, like, to kill off a main character like that, but still a shame. But yeah, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments. And if you do want the full uncut reaction to this episode, as well as all the others... I'm kind of doing uncut reactions to Team Wolf on YouTube anyway, because it's just easier. But a link to the Patreon will be down below anyway, and a link to my Twitter and Instagram and the Discord chat if you want to join there. Yeah, and I'll see you next time for episode 19. 2 episodes to go. Until then, thanks for watching. Peace.